Good morning, Arsene. I'm sure you've watched the Manchester United back 2 days on from it. What's your further reflections on that game?
Well, that we build our success on with intelligence and patience and organisation, and took advantage of the chances we created at the right moment in the game. And from that on, I felt that it was good for us because we responded after the last Sunday, and that it gives us still a chance to go into the top four.
What's the latest team news following that match?
We have a real check-up today, but we have some worries for Koscielny that he might not be available tomorrow. We'll have a test today, and we'll make the decision after the training session.
And Granit Xhaka as well came off early against Man United.
Xhaka is similar, but he looks quite have recovered well, and the news for him are better. But he will have a test as well today.
Of course, Southampton game is a game in hand for you, a chance to cut the gap to Liverpool and Man City. How would you assess the race for a top four place?
Well, for us, we just want to win our games, to have a chance. That's all we can do.
Hi, Arsene.
Hello.
On Danny Welbeck, there are a few reports that he may have suffered an injury. Is he okay?
No, he's okay.
Okay. On Rob Holding, he's come in and impressed. Has he surprised you?
No, because I expect always good performances, you know, when I play a player, and he had some positive performances before. I think in all the games he has played until now, he has shown intelligence, composure on the ball. He has, of course, needs some defensive experience, and in every single game he played, I believe he became stronger through the game. He started a bit nervous, what you can understand, but he became stronger and had always convincing second halves.
You explained some of his qualities there. Has he got leadership qualities as well, particularly in the position he's going to be playing, and potentially, has he got leadership qualities potentially to make...
He has, because he's intelligent, but at the moment he's still a bit introvert, you know. He's not outspeaking at the moment, because certainly he's not, he feels he has not this kind of responsibility at the moment. When you start as a young player, most of the time you focus on your own performance and make sure that you are at the level, and later when you are a bit more dominant and confident, you can go into a leadership role.
You touched on the top four situation. Looking a bit longer term on that position, where will you finishing in the league this season impact you with transfers and contract negotiations with your players, do you think? Not
really, because we are in a strong financial situation, and the weight of a Champions League today is less big than it was years ago, but still it's just for us, for me it's important because we want to play at the top level, and the top level is the Champions League, and that's financially or negotiations wise it will not have a huge impact, but we want to play with the best and against the best, and that's Champions League. Financially
not, but the aura of Champions League.
Yeah, maybe, but we are. It can impact if on a longer spell you're not in there, but will it impact or not? I don't know. But at the moment we are not in that mode. You know, we want to qualify and we want to give ourselves a chance to be in there.
With regard to the contract negotiations, I mentioned there with some of your players, Sanchez, Özil, Oxlade-Chamberlain. Where are you with that? Are they progressing well?
At the moment we are focused on our next game.
End of the season now, do you think?
Yes.
Sorted? Okay. And you know what I'm going to ask you now. Is today the day that you tell us about what you're going to do?
No.
Just a last couple from me. What have you made of Claude Puel, someone you know very, very well, and the impact he's had this season?
I believe he has done well, because they take initiative in every single game. They have been doing well against the big teams in the league, and overall they got to the League Cup final. No, for Southampton they had a very convincing performance on the day. Overall he has done well.
Just finally from me, the issue of time wasting came up again over the weekend, particularly in the Liverpool-Southampton game. Of course you play Southampton next. What can the authorities, what can the referees do to combat that, particularly on goal kicks, throw-ins?
Yes, the main thing is goalkeepers, you know, who waste time. And I watched the game, it didn't come up to me that they especially wasted time, Southampton in that game. But overall I feel that the biggest impact the referees can have is on the goalkeepers, and give them maybe punish them with a yellow card.
Arsene, a couple of the pundits on Sunday night were a bit surprised by the level of camaraderie shown in the tunnel before the game. Nacho Monreal in particular hugging a couple of Manchester United players. One of the pundits says it looks like he's at a christening. What's your reaction to that? And when do you expect your players, in a way, to get their game face on, to be 100% focused on the game at hand?
Yes, I think I understand that the pundits are a bit surprised by that, because 10 or 15 years ago that did not exist, and but it is an overall international thing now. You can see watch Real Madrid against Barcelona, it's the same, because people play together, come from the same country, and I was surprised as well, I must say, but I must confess as well that it doesn't stop players to focus and to concentrate after on the game. It's pictures we were not used to see, but it's part of a modern game. But I must say as well, today you have cameras everywhere, and maybe it happened as well 10 or 15 years ago, but you had no camera in the corridor before the game.
Well, it didn't happen when Vieira and Keane were standing next to one another.
No. No, but it has changed, I agree with you, but it doesn't look that because of that the focus and the commitment of the player has gone down.
Tonight there's a programme on the BBC about no English manager has won the Premier League for 25 years. In the last couple of months you've of course been blamed for a number of things. In a way it's your fault, a lot of people say, that no Englishman...
We are used to that.
Any thoughts about why it should have taken so long, and any thoughts about when you think an Englishman might next win the Premier League?
Look, I don't think it's especially an English problem. It's down to the fact that the Premier League has been the attraction power internationally, and that today all the big clubs are basically have foreign managers, and that's basically it. Overall, I must say, before you have always many Scottish people who have won championships in England as well, you know, and just take advantage to say hello to Ferguson on that. And so overall, I don't know really the problem, but I believe now you have many young English managers who are promising, who come into the league, and certainly I don't think it will last 25 more years, because the English Federation has done a good job by educating their coaches, and so I think that we will see soon a change in that.
Quietly, is it a sense of pride that in a way you were responsible for changing that whole landscape?
Look, when I arrived, the pride, not really, no, because when I arrived, I remember was articles in some media saying that a foreign manager can never win an English championship, you know. And so that, did I contribute to that? Certainly, because one of the few was here 20 years ago. But it will be changed again. I'm convinced that we are at a turning point of English football history, and that some young English managers will now get in there and win Premiership.
And one last question. In terms of what you saw on Sunday from your team, was that a real change in terms of the performance level and what you saw from your team? Can that really give you the confidence you need for the run into the end of the season?
Yes, of course. The confidence is an important part of a success, but let's not forget we have 63 points. You know, we are not in as well. We have won games before, and but overall, I believe that in the recent 5 games we won 4, and so overall I believe that we had a bad spell, but we recovered from it, and we have to show now that we can be consistent until the end of the season.
Just picking up, Arsene, quickly on what Rob said there, end of the season, so much about momentum. It's helped you in the past to get into the top 4 to win the title. How much momentum can you feel in the club at the moment after what happened on Sunday and a couple more weeks?
It gives us confidence to go into that, to create that momentum. But overall, I believe that if you look at the schedule, we play Sunday, Wednesday, Saturday, Tuesday. So we have to show that we can focus in every single game, and certainly we have to use the squad in a very efficient way, you know, because we play 4 games of top intensity in 10 days. It will be important that everybody in the squad contributes at the right moment.
Arsenal, on Sunday it seemed as though you and Jose were getting on better, and then he ended his press conference by saying that you put too much pressure on the 4th official.
Honestly, I didn't feel that I put pressure on the 4th official. It's true that I went to see him once or twice during the game, but it was amicable, you know, and maybe he had that impression, but I didn't feel I went overboard on that, no.
Do you ever feel that's an issue? Do you ever feel that's an issue for you, or generally?
No, I don't know. You should ask the 4th official if he had that feeling or not. I don't know.
Is Lucas Perez fit at all?
He's again fit, yes. He was back in training yesterday.
I mean, he's spoken in Spain, I think, about a frustration over a lack of first-team football. Do you understand?
Yeah, of course. He's a top-quality striker, personally, and I couldn't give him the games he wants and that he deserves. I must confess that, and I feel sorry for him on that front. But we had more strikers available because we had the situation of Giroud was not clear at the start of the season, of Welbeck. We didn't know really will he come back and when. So, and in the end there was a congestion there, but doesn't take anything away from his quality.
He's talking about potentially going back to Spain in the summer. Is your intention to keep him there?
I would love to. If I'm the manager, I would love to, yes, to keep him. But we have to sit down together and see if he has a reasonable chance to play or not next season, you know.
This morning there was a name linked with a potential director of football role here. Is it your understanding that the club are going to make that appointment a role?
No.
So you don't think there will be a director of football here under any circumstances next season?
Director of football, I don't know what it means. Is it somebody who stands on the road and directs, play right and left? I don't understand. I never could understand what it means, director of football.
Because there's been talk about a restructuring at the club.
No, sorry, no.
There won't be anything like that?
Look, I'm not prepared to talk about that. I think I'm manager of Arsenal Football Club, and as long as I'm manager of Arsenal Football Club, I will decide what happens on the technical front, and that's it.
Thank you.